Brian Windhorst's analysis of the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly after their 14-game win streak, highlights the evolution of the team since Donovan Mitchell joined them, and the level of respect they deserve in the conversation for Eastern Conference supremacy. For many American basketball enthusiasts, the Cavs' resurgence is significant because it challenges preconceived notions about who can truly contend in the playoffs. Despite being overshadowed by established powerhouses like the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks, the Cavaliers have quietly and methodically turned themselves into a legitimate threat, much in line with the ethos of teams that put in the work behind the scenes without much fanfare. A critical takeaway from this analysis is the deep-rooted idea that regular season success doesn't necessarily translate to playoff success, a sentiment echoed by Donovan Mitchell himself. Mitchell's previous experiences with the Utah Jazz, where they found themselves as the #1 seed yet unable to push past the second round, frame much of the skepticism surrounding Cleveland. Yes, they can dominate in the regular season, but the question remains whether they can win 12 playoff games and get to the NBA Finals. This skepticism is ingrained in the American sports culture, where success in the postseason is valued far more than regular season accolades. Mitchell's performance this season, averaging 35 points against elite competition like the Boston Celtics, showcases his ability to rise in big moments. However, as Windhorst notes, the Cavaliers are more than just a one-man show. The depth of this roster, something the franchise lacked in previous seasons, has been critical to their recent success. Even when Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, or Evan Mobley aren't having stellar nights, the Cavs still find ways to win games, often on the road and against quality opponents. That level of versatility and resilience has been the hallmark of championship teams in the past. From the American basketball fan's perspective, the idea of depth is a recurring theme that garners respect. Throughout the league, teams that can withstand the rigors of an 82-game season and still have enough in the tank for a deep playoff run are often the ones who command attention. In Windhorst's review, this Cavaliers team, unlike last year, can win in multiple ways. It's a dimension that championship contenders possess. When your star isn't at his best, other players step up. For Cleveland, Garland has emerged as that secondary option, but it's their overall depth, including players like Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Hunter, that truly makes them formidable. This 14-game win streak comes with context. The Cavs didn't just breeze through weaker teams. They took down the Bucks on the road, despite a 30-point performance from Giannis. For many American fans, this game in particular was a statement. Cleveland is not only capable of competing with the top-tier teams in the East, but they can also beat them in their own arenas. The Cavs' defense, athleticism, and size, particularly with the likes of Allen and Mobley, give them an advantage in matchups against teams like Milwaukee, who rely heavily on Giannis to dominate the paint. However, despite their impressive regular season run, both Windhorst and the broader basketball community in the U.S. still lean towards Boston as the favorite in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics, who made it to the finals last year, have been a consistent force, and their roster with stars like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and newly added Kristaps Porzingis, remains a significant hurdle for Cleveland to clear. American sports culture thrives on dynasties and proven success, so until the Cavaliers prove themselves in a 7-game playoff series, skepticism will linger. What's fascinating about Windhorst's take is the acknowledgement that this series, should it happen, between Boston and Cleveland will be a battle. He predicts it could easily go to 7 games, and in a Game 7, anything can happen. For many fans, Game 7 is where legacies are cemented, where clutch performances become immortalized in NBA lore. The prospect of a Celtics-Cavs series going the distance is tantalizing, especially when considering Mitchell's track record in the playoffs and the high stakes involved. The conversation around Cleveland's potential to make the NBA Finals also stirs a deep sense of narrative within the American sports psyche. Imagine the storyline. LeBron James, the man who delivered the Cavs' only championship in 2016, going up against his former team in the finals. While Windhorst doesn't dive deep into this hypothetical in this particular review, it's undoubtedly a subplot that fans can't ignore. The emotional weight of a Lakers-Cavs finals with LeBron on one side and a Mitchell-led Cleveland on the other would be an incredible story, a blend of nostalgia, rivalry, and the future of the NBA all converging on the biggest stage. At the heart of Windhorst's analysis is the idea that the Cavaliers are building something special, but they're not quite there yet. For American fans, particularly those who follow the Cavs closely, this season feels like a stepping stone. It's a reminder of what the team was capable of during the LeBron era, but also a sign that they're developing an identity of their own. Mitchell's leadership, Garland's growth, and the team's overall depth give them hope, but in a league where proven success in the playoffs reigns supreme, Cleveland still has to answer the biggest question of all. Can they do it when it counts? In conclusion, Windhorst's take on the Cavaliers' 14-game win streak and their season as a whole is an insightful reflection of where they stand in the broader NBA landscape. From the perspective of an American fan, it's clear that the Cavaliers have all the pieces to be a legitimate contender in the East, but there's still a level of caution in fully buying into their title chances. Regular season success is one thing, but the playoffs are a different beast entirely. For Cleveland, it's about proving they can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Boston and Milwaukee when the stakes are highest, and for Mitchell, it's about leading this team to places they haven't been since LeBron left. Until then, they'll remain on the cusp of greatness but not quite over the hump.